Gerrymandering.
Gerrymandering is a way where politicians are able to choose their voters instead of voters being able to choose their representative.
Gerrymandering is the practice of drawing electoral districts so that one political party is given an unfair advantage over its rivals. This can decrease voting power of members of minority groups.
People do not like gerrymandering. They know it for what it is, which is cheating. But elected officials do it anyway, and they do it because they can entrench their own power and actually distance themselves from the very political accountability that they need to keep from doing it.
There are three major ways that gerrymandering shows up: cracking, packing, and stacking.
You've got one party that is drawing those lines. They're making sure that they're staying in control of those different areas.
Cracking is when district lines are drawn to divide a group of votes across multiple districts, making them a minority in each. Packing is when districts are drawn so that one party's candidate wins by a large margin. The surrounding districts become less competitive, tipping the scales in favor of another party. Stacking is when a district is split between a higher income, more educated majority and a lower income, less educated minority. These higher income voters are more likely to turn out, which can tip the scales in favor of a certain party. These techniques are possible because people tend to live in areas that are patterned by factors like race, class, and education. As technology has evolved, so has the capacity for gerrymandering. Using data and formulas not previously available, legislators have been able to draw district lines that best benefit them on new levels. This removes equal representation from all districts. The winners have been decided before the election has even occurred.
This is the underlying issue. And unfortunately, in the last couple of years, we've seen where extreme gerrymandering at the state level is we're having more extreme people being elected.
Because districts are so heavily gerrymandered, the primary elections become the most important. In these primary elections, few voters turn out, and those that do tend to be more radical. A small number of voters determines the political outcome for a large number of people.
And primary voters tend to be the most extreme parts of their respective parties. And so you end up with incredibly polarized legislative branches.
Heavy gerrymandering also means that the gap between issues that voters feel are important and politicians address is large.
When they know that their majority is safe, they don't have to keep their fingers on the pulse of public opinion.
Take these statistics for example. 80% of South Carolinians support completed background checks before the purchase of a firearm, but the Charleston loophole hasn't been closed. 76% believe in the legalization of medical marijuana, but a bill to legalize it was stopped. 81% believe women should be able to obtain a legal abortion if the pregnancy threatens the woman's health, but a restrictive 6-week abortion ban was passed. While these statistics may not cover the same issue, they all have something in common. State lawmakers haven't addressed or have actively worked against the majority of voters on these issues with little repercussions. The solution to this problem isn't one size fits all. Different states may require different approaches to reducing gerrymandering. Techniques that could be implemented include redistricting lines drawn by neutral agencies or cross-party efforts, as well as whole community districts, where neighborhoods, cities, counties, and communities are placed in the same district because they share similar interests. Implementing these techniques can reduce bias towards a particular party and encourage competition within a district while drawing district lines. Solving the problem requires a significant number of politicians to break the cycle.
But the party in power, whoever that may be, does not want to give up the power. And they would have to vote to do so. And incumbents wouldn't want to vote to destroy their districts. And so that becomes the issue.
Breaking this cycle would encourage equal representation, forming governments that are truly representative of the people. Encouraging people to vote is vital. According to the Bipartisan Policy Center, turnout of all eligible voters in 2022 primaries was 21.3%. In South Carolina, only 14% of eligible voters participated.
Primaries are where the decisions are made. With gerrymandering, that's immensely amplified.
By promoting the voting process, citizens are able to choose the politicians that best represent them and their interests. The more people that vote, the more representative the government will be. Gerrymandering is a tool used by politicians that destroys democracy. No matter which party wins, the people lose. Politicians have little incentive to fix America's issues until the issue of gerrymandering is resolved.